Good morning, Bill.
Good morning.
Thanks for taking the time for this discussion on innovation.
This is a pleasure.
You're a program director of driving strategic innovation. Now, tell me, what is strategic innovation?
Well, that's an interesting question. Nobody's ever asked us that question before. If you think about the way the two words are put together, strategy is, we believe at IMD at least, that strategy is the choices that you make and the ability to execute that changes the way an organization behaves in the marketplace. So strategy is designed to influence the way the organization behaves in the marketplace. I think when we add the term innovation to it, what we're talking about is those conscious and deliberate choices and execution capabilities that are made to profoundly alter, and that's the innovation piece, profoundly alter the way the organization behaves in the marketplace. So for the most part, when we talk about strategic innovation, we're talking about big changes in behavior, either product or process innovation, incidentally. So I can change the way I behave by new offerings in the marketplace, which would be product innovation, or by doing existing things better, faster, quicker, cheaper, whatever. And that would also be process innovation, but it would change the way I behave in the marketplace.
The cliche goes that private banks, Swiss private banks, are not extremely innovative. Now, if you talk about maybe, say, conservative organizations, what does it take to get these organizations become or drive innovation?
You know, innovation doesn't exist for its own sake. It exists to serve a market, a need. It exists within a context. So I do think there are industries you could characterize as being inherently conservative and industries you could characterize as being risk-taking, inherently risk-taking. And private banking probably is towards the former rather than the latter. So I would say that what it would take to unleash innovation, significant, profound innovation within a private bank would be, first of all, a reason to do so, okay? Either driven by the clients or driven by some revelation about the way in which we operate inside. And then I think it requires a very strong leadership commitment right from the top. The choices and the execution can be driven in a series of ways. I don't want to make it sound easy, but you need the reason and you need the leadership in order to make it happen. It won't happen on its own.
You were talking before a little bit about product innovation, innovating in the offer.
Right.
Today we hear a lot about business model innovation. Is one more important than the other, or is it completely context specific?
I don't think one is more important than the other, but I have to say that I know of very few organizations. I used to say Dell, maybe I can't even say Dell, that have saved their way to greatness, okay? So while I think that nobody should ever be against business model innovation, my sense is that the real change, profound change, takes place in the product innovation. That's where the real tangible differentiation can be seen most effectively. And it occurs at different places in a business's, in an industry's evolution. So I think almost inevitably you see business model innovation occur at a time when there's less appetite for change in the industry and more of a continuous improvement type of mentality prevailing.
You work with companies around the world. If we look at Switzerland now, how do you think Switzerland performs in terms of innovation?
Well, I think Switzerland is surprisingly, for a small country, regarded as being both an innovative culture. Particularly, there are particular areas. The one around Lausanne, for example, around the EPFL, and that is regarded as being very, very creative and very innovative. And I guess that would go all the way to Geneva. But it's also, of course, has this great reputation for craftsmanship and for solid, dependable, reliable. So in a small economy, it's kind of interesting to see that you can have both pockets of real strong creativity, which almost always is sort of a more casual type of climate and more surprising, more prototyping type environment, and yet still a very strong brand, if you will, for Switzerland that's all about reliability and continuity.
You travel to Asia every few months. Today, Asia is still known for not necessarily for innovation, but outsourcing and so on. That's a cliche, right?
Oh yeah, I mean it's both. There are industries where, particularly China, where you have major world players that are outsourcing cheap labor. And you have industries, high-tech industries, where well-known players are outsourcing the brains. So in China, we're seeing the supply of both brains and brawn in the same economy. But there's quite a lot of cutting-edge innovation being done at the moment for let's say, foreign-invested companies with global brands that are harnessing Chinese talent to deliver new product innovation.
Bill, thanks for this insight into innovation.
Pleasure. This has been fun. Thank you.